What's up, everyone? Back for another beer mail, and today I will be showing you the beers that were recently sent to me once again by Hop Butcher for the World. So huge thanks to them for these beers. I really do appreciate it. This time around, they sent me 11 beers in total, 6 of which are unique, and 5 of those 6 are in front of you because I will be reviewing them. The other beer they sent to me, which was their Reply Hazy Try Again, I've already reviewed on the channel, so I won't be re-reviewing it. I will just be drinking it off camera and just enjoying it like that. So usually they send me 12 beers. This time they sent me 11 because they did not send an extra of this one right here, which I think Jeremiah over at Hop Butcher did it to kind of save me from myself, because this is a big triple IPA and he knows I don't need to be drinking extra big triple IPA. So Jeremiah, I appreciate you not throwing another one in the box because I can't handle it anymore. Anyway, they basically sent me doubles of everything. Now, full disclosure, I have reviewed both of these beers over here, but we're going to do something fun with these 2 beers, I think, this time around. Now, these are in order of how I'm going to review them from your left to right. These will be the ones I start reviewing throughout the rest of probably October, maybe into early November. So let's go over them real quick. Now, why I said I think this is going to be pretty cool is because these beers are very similar. We have their Blazed Orange. Now, this is their Citra and Strata Hop Double IPA, 7.5% alcohol by volume. And next to it, we have their Blazed Orange Milkshake. So this is a Citra and Strata Hopped Milkshake Double IPA brewed with oranges and vanilla. So what these beers are basically, this is the base, this is the milkshake version with orange and vanilla. Now, I've reviewed both of these, as I said before, but now this is my knowledge, and it's not that great, but I don't believe, at least over the past 2.5 to 3 years they've been sending me beers, I don't think they've ever released these like back to back. Typically they're at different times. So this is the first time I recall that they have released these like within a week of one another. And I thought it'd be awesome to do a head-to-head comparison review. So that's what we're going to do. Now, as far as the freshness goes, this was packaged just over 3 weeks ago, and this, I already know, but I'll just double check, was packaged just over 2 weeks ago. So they're within 1 week of one another. So the freshness shouldn't be that big of a difference. And, you know, as a cop out, when I reviewed these ones separately, I basically said, if you're in the mood for like a regular double IPA, go with the Blazed Orange. And if you wanted something a bit sweeter, more milkshake-like, you know, maybe you have a craving or, you know, you want some more vanilla in your life, you'd go with this one. So we're going to do a side by side, and then we're going to do with our cuvee. We're going to do a cuvee of them, and it should make for a fun re-review. I typically don't do re-reviews on my channel, but I couldn't pass this up. I just couldn't. So that's what we're going to do, and that you should see that maybe like a week, 10 days from now, something like that. Next, we have their Triple Grid. So a Triple Grid is a Citra and Mosaic hopped triple IPA, 10.5% alcohol by volume, and this is just over 3 weeks old as well. Now, this is a part of their Grid series, which I've reviewed the other 2 within the series. It was their Base Grid, which is an American Pale Ale, and then their Double Grid, which to me is one of their best double IPAs, period. And that's saying a lot. Hop Butcher releases a lot of double IPAs in that 7.5% range, and the Double Grid is one of my favorite to date. I was thinking about it, maybe at some point here in the near future, I'll do a live stream of my favorite Hop Butcher beers, maybe do a list. Well, everyone loves lists. I love lists as well. Maybe like my favorite double IPAs, then maybe my favorite other hop forward beers from them, and then my favorite non-hop forward beers from them. I think it'll be fun. They've been sending beer to me for about 2.5 years now, a little bit over, and I think I have drank enough from them to kind of formulate a list. I can go back and look at reviews and whatnot. So I'm really curious to see how this one is. Double Grid, again, fantastic. Triple Grid, we'll see if it leans a little bit too sweet, getting in that 10.5% range, but Double Grid was delicious. I have a feeling that one will be as well. Next, we have another one of their Rewalkamania brothers. Every time I say the name Rewalkamania, I have to do it like that because there's no other way. But this is the 5th iteration of this beer, and what this is a Rewaka and Mosaic hopped IPA, 6.5%. And right now, this is about 9 days old. Yeah, 9 days old. So super fresh. By the time I review, it'll probably be like 3 weeks, 3.5 weeks. So again, they've released 4 prior versions or variants of this one. I have reviewed the first one and the fourth one. And how this series works is they brew a 6.5% IPA, always with Riwaka hops, but then they rotate the secondary hop. The first one I had was Citra. The last one I had was Nectaron. And then this one is Mosaic. I forget the other two, but the first one was really good. I enjoyed it. The last one, absolutely phenomenal. I loved how Nectaron played with Riwaka. So I'm curious to see how Mosaic works in this one. And I also love the color schemes. This has the Hulk Hogan red and yellow, though he typically, even though we say red and yellow for Hogan, it's always yellow and red. It's usually yellow shirt with red font. They are doing the inverted, which sometimes Hogan would release shirts like this, where it's the red background with the yellow font. But love the cans, love the whole theme of this beer. Being a wrestling fan, I always enjoy it. So last but not least, we have another beer within a series of beers, and this is their mild Jardinera. So this is a Citra, Eldorado, and Mosaic hopped American Pale Ale, 6%, and this is about a week old. So they have their Jardinera and their Extra Jardinera, which I've already reviewed both of those on the channel. My preference is their Jardinera, again, 7.5% double IPA. That's kind of the wheelhouse Hop Butcher's known for, and they're usually delicious. The Extra I enjoyed, but it was a bit too sweet. I think bumping it up into the 10+% range made it a little bit sweet. So I'm curious to see how they do with a 6% Pale Ale. I really like the flavors in it. I'm just curious to know if lower ABV actually works a little bit better than maybe the higher ones in this case. So yeah, I'm really excited about all of these beers. This is one of the best little 5 beer mail from Hop Butcher I could really hope for. 2 classic, just some of my favorite beers that they've ever released right here. You get a big triple IPA version of one of my favorite beers from them, another Riwaka Mania beer, and then a pale ale version of a beer that I really enjoy. So yeah, be on the lookout for reviews of these beers over the next month to say 5 weeks. This is going to be one video and then 3 separate videos, so probably next month or so. And I can't wait to tear into these ones. So huge thanks to Hop Butcher once again for the continued support on the channel. It really means a lot to me. Thanks to everybody else for the same thing. The support of the channel over the past year since I brought it back or so has been through the roof. I cannot thank you guys enough for it, and I can't wait to review a more delicious beer. So appreciate everybody stopping by for another beer mail. Not really unboxing, more showcasing, because that's how we roll nowadays. Appreciate it. Till the next one. Cheers.